Hey everybody, my name's Athena, or AMG Plans on Instagram, and I'm basically a stay-at-home mom, a writer, a planner, yeah. So I wanted to give to you today, and I wrote them down, because I get easily distracted, um, very fitting for what's going on today, but 5 ways to stay focused on writing. So I have been writing this book since the end of November, like the last couple of days of November, and I just wanted to share some tips on how one can stay focused, not only from a stay-at-home parent's point of view, but basically anybody who's writing, anybody who has kids who's writing, anybody who has a significant other that's and you're writing, things like that. Just there might be more later if I had a couple in my head and they went away. Anyway, um, for I guess I'll have a little bit of backstory on this. I was part of the generation where in middle school you got tested and automatically you had ADD or ADHD, and you were given Ritalin, and I didn't take it. I got called down to the office regularly, which was cool because it was an English class, and I didn't like the teacher at all. He was a little bit scary, creepy. He was a little bit creepy. So, yeah, and then later they found out that it had like some sort of drug in it, and it wasn't the reason why I stopped taking it. I just felt like it wasn't doing anything for me, and I know what I need to do in order to slow my brain down now, but I'm good just the way that I am. If I write in intervals or make sure that there are no distractions, then I'm fine. But other than that, man, it is what it is, and it gets worse with kids. So anyway, 5 or more tips on how to stay focused while writing. Number one, and I kind of have these in order of how you should do it, I guess. But number one, and I'm not telling you how to live your life, but it'll make sense after I explain it, is you need to eat something healthy, something that will last long in your body, something that isn't sugar. Now, just looking at me in general, I really like my Dr. Pepper, and I like my ice cream, and I like my cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. That doesn't mean that I eat it every day. And I've actually gotten down to like 1 Dr. Pepper a day, so it really isn't that bad. But yeah, if you, even during breakfast, we'll compare donuts and eggs because that's what my brain was going through last night. So if you eat while a donut is very, very fast, all you have to do is just go there and be like, hey, I want a glazed. Wow, I actually just finally looked at myself and realized how tired that I look. Holy crap. The product of a mom, of a parent. Sorry, I'm trying to be really inclusive. I say mom because I am one. Anyway, back to on topic. Stay focused. So if you do egg versus donut, and you know that the donut is a nice yeast donut, it's fluffy and glazed and lovely. But I also like eggs. So either you hard boil it, you scramble it, you over easy with, toast, whatever works for you. And you know that maybe an hour after you eat that donut, not even, you have to eat more than 1 donut in order to feel full, and even then you're not happy about it because all it was sugar. With the egg, you can have, goodness, if I eat an actual breakfast that's like 2 eggs and a banana and stuff, then I'm full until lunch, And even then, it's kind of iffy, but I know that if I don't eat lunch, then I'll be hungry by 2 o'clock. So yeah. Basically, make sure that you have geared your body up to write. That makes sense. Number 2 is if you have a long list of stuff to do that day, and I know that a lot of people, like if you, it all depends on how well you work too. If you work in the morning, then maybe get up a little bit earlier. Or if you work better at night, then find a nice quiet place, I guess. But if you have a long list of stuff to do and you know that I can't even, trying to think of what there could be. Obviously laundry, because you have a break, you're not going, unless you do. But I don't think anybody who has a cell phone would really go down to the creek to wash their clothes. Or they might, whatever. I know the people next door don't have a dryer on purpose. We live in North Texas. So I know that they dry their clothes on the line. Sorry, I was getting a twitch right here, and that's the only way to do that. That's the only way to cure that, is by popping my neck. So anyway, if you have a long list of to-dos, then you should probably get those done, or get the most important things done first before you actually sit down to write. Otherwise, they're going to be on your mind. You need to be thinking about the story or whatever you're writing in order to actually be in the story or whatever you're writing. And that ties into the next one, which is really no phone, no movies, maybe some background noise. Like I did really well whenever my daughter was watching, what was she watching? Coco? Yeah, she's a big Disney fan, maybe because I forced it on her. But yeah, if you have something in the background going on, make sure that it's not too obnoxious, because it could easily distract you. It could just pull you right out of whatever you're doing. So, be in a place where there are a minimum number of distractions. If you can, get some headphones or some earphones, whether they be this big or they just go in your ears. Do something like that, and use music that doesn't have anyone singing in it, like no lyrical music. That helps too. Just make sure that it's also not something that's gonna pull you out. Like if you have dance music versus classical music, because whenever there's dance music, then you want to bop your head and do all that stuff, and it pulls you out of what you're trying to write. Number 4 is to have a startup routine. So have your brain have like a list of things that you do in order to get your brain ready to write. It's kind of like starting up a diesel engine. Really? Starting up a cold diesel engine? Because you gotta plug the booger in all night. I used to live in Wyoming where people actually had their engines plugged into the walls. It was really weird. And they weren't even electric cars, they were diesel engines. But as it gets colder, it gets harder for the engine to start up. So, same thing. Have a startup routine so that your brain knows that, hey, it's time to do the thing. It's time to get up, it's time to work, it's time to write. The last one that I can think of for now, I'm trying to get this done while my daughter's sleeping, just so that it's done and I can upload it. The last one is, unless you can concentrate for long periods of time, my brain operates well in little sections. It also operates well whenever other people are doing this with me too. They're basically called word sprints. And I've been doing this for the last month on and off. I haven't really been, I think I've only participated in it 2 or 3 times. It's done amazing things for me. Now, the problem with me is that I need the accountability if I'm going to be doing that. I still write fine on my own. I just get easily distracted if I'm on my own, which is fine because I don't have a hard deadline for myself. So what you can do for these word sprints, if you don't know what word sprints are, just think of sprinting in general, only instead of running, because that hurts. You're typing for 50, anywhere between 10, 15. I assume that people can do more, like 45, but my mind tends to wander after 15. Not that I've really tried anything after 15, but I know that 15 minutes seems to be the good amount of time, because I will see myself around the 3 to 4 minute mark start to actually look at the clock and while it's counting down, and so 15 minutes kind of works really well for me. And in that amount of time, I can get anywhere between 300 and 500 words in, depending on how distracted I am or where I'm at in the story. Trying to figure out why every so often my little button on here does the weird thing. So on Google Docs, there's a share that's up in the, like, up here right by the little circle. And it was blue, and now, like, where I could share it, and now it's back to where I can't share it. That's a little weird. I am also uploading a YouTube video. I'm trying to get a lot done in the ways of downloading stuff today, or uploading. In the ways of doing the thing, I've been trying to do the thing a lot today. So yes. But yeah, word sprints are spectacular for those people who can do it. If you just want to do an all-day thing, then that's fine. Oh, number 6, another great way to stay focused on writing is to be in a, so actually this will be 6 ways, is to, whenever you're in a writing space, and it kind of, I guess it kind of goes with the focus thing, with the, make sure that your to-dos are all taken care of, but you need to be in a clean space that is free of, while I'm looking around, you need to be in a space that is free of clutter in a way where you're looking at it and you want to clean. If your brain is focused on other things, then it will be very hard to write, or it will be very hard to have good words. It'll be very hard whenever you're going back over and reading it. You might just take it all out. Random hiccup. So yeah, I'm looking around realizing that I need to clean anyway. But that's about it. So those are 6 things that I can think of right off the top of my head. What do you normally do to stay focused? What do you do? Do you drink water before you go? Do you light a candle? Do you play some music? What kind of music do you play? Do you have a Spotify playlist where all you have to do is hit play, and then after, like, the second song or whatever, you're focused? Does it take you a long time to get focused? That's another big thing. A lot of people might not be in the right mindset to focus on writing, and that's okay. You have to be okay with not being focused on writing. Maybe you have to do some other things. Maybe at that point in the day, it is not something that you need to be writing. I can hear my dog snoring from here. So anyway, I hope that you guys are having an awesome day and a good beginning of June. Hopefully your word counts are spectacular and overly what you wanted them to be. I know that sentence wasn't correct. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good beginning of June, and I will talk to you later.